Sharing the court with two pioneers of the sport means a lot to me. Youth Defy's experience in Auckland as Jovic and Eala defeat Williams and Svitolina. There was a battle of experience against youth in the ASB Classic Women's Doubles competition, with the youth of Iva Jovic and Alexandra Eala getting a win over Venus Williams and Alina Svitolina. It was one of the more eagerly awaited matches over in Auckland, with a huge amount of talent and prestige on the court at one time. Williams was teaming up with Svitolina for the first time on the court, with both players beforehand sharing their excitement to be working with each other. They have faced off on the court many times in the past, with the Ukrainian having much of the recent success, but now they could put their prior battles behind them to work together. While those clashes have come over a long period, Eala and Jovic's touted rivalry has barely blossomed yet. The two very talented players have a combined age of 38, that is still younger than Williams, with it showing off how young they are and the incredible longevity Williams possesses. In a match which promised a lot of twists and turns, it was Eala and Jovic who started the faster, getting out of the blocks with a key break of serve. 3 games later, Williams and Svitolina managed to claw their way back into the tie with 3 games on the spin to put the match back on serve. It looked like that they had the upper hand after a break at what looked like the end of the set was going to give them the advantage. However, Eala and Jovic stuck with them and broke back. Williams and Svitolina then mustered up a brace of set points, but could not take them as the match headed to a tiebreaker. It was a very close tiebreak, with both teams clinging onto each other. Williams and Svitolina failed to take another 2 set points, with them being ruthlessly punished by Eala and Jovic, who had one chance for the set and emphatically took it. This got them into their groove, with the young talents dominating the next set, and they would end up sprinting to victory. A double break saw them go into a 4-0 lead. Williams and Svitolina clinched one of the breaks back, but that was immediately extinguished with Eala and Jovic 1 away from sailing into the next round. They did this with flying colors, knocking out their senior opponents to continue what looks like a flourishing partnership. After the match, the extent of fans from the Philippines who had come out to support Eala was shown, with the Filipina enjoying it. The crowd has been amazing. It's so special to be out here for the first time. We've got some Filipino support in the building, which is really cool, she said. Hi everyone, hello. Maligayang Pasko and Happy New Year to everybody. Thank you so much for supporting me and Iva. She also shared her delight to be on the court not just with Jovic, but Williams and Svitolina, who she described as pioneers of the sport. I had such a good time on court. I think we had a lot of fun, and to start the year with a moment like this is really special. Sharing the court with 2 pioneers of the sport, and pioneers of the court as well, means a lot to me. They're people I've looked up to since I was young, so I'm very happy to be able to share this moment with them and with all of you. They're special players, and this is a big moment in their careers. I'm just really grateful to be part of it. Sharing the court with 2 pioneers of the sport means a lot to me. Youth Defy's experience in Auckland as Jovic and Eala defeat Williams and Svitolina. The Auckland air carried more than the usual hum of anticipation that evening. It carried history. It carried legacy. And it carried the quiet, determined footsteps of youth walking onto a court long ruled by experience. For Iva Jovic and Alexandra Eala, the match was never just about a scoreboard. It was about sharing a court with 2 pioneers of the sport, Serena Williams and Alina Svitolina, players whose names had been spoken with reverence long before Jovic and Eala ever held a racket seriously in their hands. To stand across the net from them was to stand across from the past, the present, and a version of the future all at once. When Jovic later said, sharing the court with 2 pioneers of the sport means a lot to me, it wasn't a rehearsed line. It was a truth that echoed through every rally. The weight of history. Serena Williams needs no introduction. She is not just a champion, she is an era. Her presence on court commands attention even in stillness. Every serve carries the memory of Grand Slam finals, every stride the confidence of someone who has rewritten what greatness looks like. Alongside her stood Alina Svitolina, a symbol of consistency, resilience, and professionalism. She represents a generation that bridged dominance and transition, someone who has fought through the grind of the tour and emerged respected, seasoned, and battle-tested. Across the net, Jovic and Eala looked almost impossibly young in comparison, not in ability, but in years. Yet there was no fear in their eyes, only focus. They had grown up watching players like Williams on television, studying their matches, mimicking their footwork in practice courts far from center stage. Now, the distance between idol and competitor had vanished. Youth without apology. From the first point, it was clear this would not be an exhibition of deference. Jovic's ground strokes came off her racket with fearless depth, while Eala's court awareness belied her age. They didn't play like guests grateful to be invited, they played like contenders who believed they belonged. That belief is the defining feature of modern youth in sport. Today's young athletes are not waiting their turn, they are taking it. They are respectful without being submissive, confident without being reckless. Jovic and Eala embodied that balance perfectly. When Serena unleashed a serve that once would have ended the point outright, Eala met it with a clean return. When Svitolina extended rallies, Jovic matched her stride for stride. Each successful exchange chipped away at the invisible hierarchy that experience often enforces. A match beyond numbers. As the match progressed, the crowd began to sense something special. This was not a story of legends faltering, but of newcomers rising. Williams and Svitolina did not play poorly, they played like champions challenged by the inevitable march of time and talent. What made the victory remarkable was not that Jovic and Eala won, but how they won. With composure, with teamwork, with an understanding that pressure is not something to fear, but something to manage. Every point felt like a conversation between generations. Experience spoke through shot selection and patience. Youth replied with speed, creativity, and boldness. And when the final point was played, silence briefly fell, followed by applause that honored everyone on the court. Respect in victory. There was no celebration that crossed into arrogance. No chest-thumping declaration of arrival. Instead, there were handshakes, smiles, and visible emotion. Jovic's words afterward captured it best. Sharing that moment with pioneers of the sport was an honor, not a conquest. That respect is crucial. Sport evolves not by erasing the past, but by building upon it. Jovic and Eala's win did not diminish Williams or Svitolina, it highlighted the pathways they created. Without pioneers, there are no prodigies. Without legends, there are no dreamers.